everybody. It is Monday, April 22nd, and here we are finally. It's the last week of the semester. Amazing. It's week 15. I'm so excited. I've been very anxious the last few days. So what's going on this week is obviously the final exam. Those who didn't pass either or both of the ATI Nutrition and ATI Fundamentals proctored will need to also retake those on Wednesday after the final. I passed mine with the level 2, so I don't need to retake those. But I do have the final. Our final is going to be 100 questions, and it's comprehensive. It covers everything from the very beginning of the semester all the way through the end. There is going to be a focus on our last section of our med-surg, which is going to have to do with like gastrointestinal disorders and pancreatitis and hepatitis and things like that. But for the most part, that is going to be, the majority of it, but there's, another 50% that will be comprehensive. So a few questions from each category. And just to review for any of you who are going to be going into like a med-surg class for your nursing semester, it would do you well if you're going in the fall to study the following topics, and I'll read off just the topics that are that we covered in our med-surg semester, and it'll probably be very similar for you. So if you have the time this summer, definitely try to get ahead and work on it. You literally have to know everything in it, so don't even try to figure out, oh, what do I need to know? What do I don't need to know? I don't want to study something I don't need. You need it all. So do yourself a favor and get as far ahead as you can. That's what I'm going to be doing this semester with it was called maternal child. It's called something else now. But I'm going to do that this summer in between working. But so here's what you have to look forward to. Stroke, hepatic and biliary, gastro, medication administration, urinary neurobiological, group therapy, acid and base balance and fluid and electrolytes, oncology, infectious diseases, HIV, musculoskeletal diabetes, perioperative, respiratory, hematology, anticoagulation, drug calculations, hypertension, cardiac diseases, and PVD. So all of those topics are covered in med-surg, and like I said, if you can get a footing, I don't want to say get ahead, because every school and every instructor is going to teach a little bit differently. But if you want to get a footing on what the type of information you're going to need, all of those topics would probably be covered in your school. And it would help to get a little bit of a grasp on what those things are going in, so that maybe you can do a little bit better on exams, because you'll already have been looking at that information for a little while before having been presented to it, because it goes by really fast when you're in the semester. There's just all of that stuff was covered in 15 weeks. It's just crazy. It really is. That's not even 4 months to have covered all that information. And that includes your skills and everything that you learn too. So that's where we are this week. So I have the final that I need to, I should say continue studying for, but to be honest with you guys, like I've warned you the last few weeks, I've really checked out. My brain is fried. We had an exam every week for the last 3 weeks, and we have our 4th exam in 4 weeks on Wednesday. And my brain's already on vacation, everyone. It really is. I don't want to say that because I do put 110% into everything I do. I do everything with intention. I really try hard to do my best. And I've done what I can do, and I know obviously this is not the time to stop trying. But I've overworked my brain, I feel like, and I'm gonna do my best to really buckle down here the next 2 days before class or the exam, and try to do what I can to put myself in a good position. But like I said, it has been very hard to focus with everything else going on. So that's where we are this week. So it's the last week, the final exam. I will obviously let you guys know how that goes when I know. And then I'll be on vacation next week. I already have the week 14 video ready to roll out. That'll be happening at the end of this weekend, and then I'll get this one set up right behind it. So going into the summer, I don't know if you guys want me to, post updates about how work is going and maybe what I'm studying, to get ahead for next semester. Those are, things I'm intending to do. Obviously the studying, the work I have to do, but those are what I'm intending to do. I'm hoping to do. But obviously we'll have to see how things go. I also have my kids starting with their online school. So, I have to make sure that's all squared away because I'm in charge of that as well. But yeah, so I will, update you guys on Wednesday morning when I'm heading into my school to take my final. Like usual, and I'll do my morning messages and everything, and how everything went the last couple of days. Hopefully I will be able to center myself and focus, because like I said, I've been very anxious. I'm just nervous. I feel like I can pass, but you just don't know what you're going to get thrown at you on these exams, honestly, and that is it's very anxiety inducing. So I'm going to do my best to see what I can get done, and then I will follow up with you guys on Wednesday morning, and then hopefully we'll have some results after that at some point to share, and hopefully they're good. So you guys have a good couple of days to start your week, and I will catch up with you guys later. Bye. All right, everybody, here we are. It is Wednesday, April 24th. It is final exam day for semester 2. Yes, I'm anxious. Yes, I'm nervous. Hopefully, I will pass the class. So, you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm just a ball of nerves right now. I just don't know what to expect with this exam, which has been the case the entire semester. I don't know if she's going to use questions we've already answered on exams, or if she's got a whole new set that she's going to give us. The unknown is probably everyone's biggest gripe, because we're basically just told to know the entire textbook, which is 1,500 pages, something crazy. So let me because I just keep thinking about how stressed out I am. I'm not thinking about what I've done. Okay, so I've reviewed all the SurePath for the last few chapters. So that would be like strokes and GI, pancreatitis, liver, stuff like that, because the majority of the exam will be on those topics. I'm also going in a little bit early to sit in my car by myself and look at the SurePath on my phone as just a little review before I go in. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but it's probably just my brain. So I reviewed all that. I did do like a whole bunch of Quizlets on just like various things that we've covered throughout the semester, because this is comprehensive for the final. Sadly, there are several people that I know of who either are not taking the exam or planning to fail the exam, and because they need, you know, over 90% at the minimum for most of these people in order to pass. And I personally have not achieved anything over 90% on any of these exams. So I'm sure they're feeling really deflated right now. One of the girls that I've been close with since I started nursing school last year is not even gonna take it. She's given up. Her body has given out. She's not able to eat, sleep. She's crying every day. So she said she's not going to put her body through it anymore, which I do understand, and I just feel I'm devastated for her because she's so good in the clinical setting, but she's not good in exams, and it's too late now to work out solutions on how to be better in exams, because it's the last week. So I think she said that she's not gonna come back for retaking, you know, this class or anything. She just can't. Her body just can't anymore. So that is just devastating for her. And, you know, for those of us who were close with her. And I don't know how many more like that there are, but I know several people have really struggled. And this exam will be a defining moment for their semester. So it's really a stressful day for everyone. On that note, I'm gonna try to center myself a little bit while I'm driving, and try to get into the headspace to be able to successfully take this exam. So I am going to get going, but I will let you guys know the end result. Hopefully I pass and can continue on. But we'll just have to see. So, see you later. Hey everybody, let's talk the final exam, because I know that's what everyone's going to be interested in here. So it was much harder than I expected it to be. Everyone had told us that like who had already taken our semester, told us that this was the easiest exam, that it was much better than the other exams. And, you know, I think it gave us like a lot of false hope because it was pretty difficult. There were quite a few times where I was stumped. So that's why it's tough when you trust other people to give you, you know, advice or information, and not that they're like intentionally trying to confuse you or make things worse for you. I think that everything really depends on your instructors. It depends on how they do the class. It depends on what they go over. No two experiences in nursing school are alike. So if there's one bit of advice, that would be one. So you can't base your experience off of someone else's, because there's so many different factors that go into it. You have different clinical instructors, even within the same cohort, so they do things differently. Obviously, you have the basis of knowledge would be very similar, but the way that they run their clinicals would be different. So really important to keep that in mind when you're going through the nursing program. So for the final, like I said, it was much harder than I expected. They didn't get the results to us until like mid-afternoon, I would say, like 3 p.m. And we took this exam at 9 a.m. And reason being is because anyone who didn't pass the ATI Fundamentals or ATI Nutrition proctored exams the first time with a level 2 had to retake either one or both of those right after the final yesterday. And those each take like an hour and a half. And then the instructors needed to have lunch, and then they needed to sit and look at all of the results. So it took a long time to get final result. I passed, so that is good. I needed to have a 60% in order to pass the class. I got an 82. So like I said, it was still pretty difficult. It was 100 questions, so I missed 18. So I finished the semester with an 85.7 or something like that percent in lecture, and like a 99.5% in clinical. Final grades will be going in on Monday. But it was hard to celebrate yesterday because 25% of the class did not pass the class. So it's not that they just didn't pass the final, but they needed to have such a high score on the final that it would have been very difficult to pass the class without getting that high score. And like I said, it's dangerous territory when you're expecting an exam to be easy based off of someone else's experience, and then it's not, so you don't prepare for it like it would be difficult. So like I said, don't base your experience in nursing school off of mine, because, I was studying all semester long up until this last week, every day. My planner, my nursing school planner, was packed full of stuff every day, all semester. And that may not be your experience. You may not have the same type of assignments. You may not have the same type of stuff that you have to do. So you know what I mean? So my experience was difficult, but that's not necessarily everyone's experience. So you have to take it by what you know about yourself, and use that. So if you're a very visual learner, you're going to learn a lot without having to study as much. I'm not so visual. I'm more, if I had to pick one between auditory, visual, and kinesthetic, it would be kinesthetic, because it's not just doing it, but it's doing it in the field. So like in simulations and practice and stuff, it's not the same. I don't feel like I learn from that. I learn from seeing people who already do it. I learn by watching them over and over, and then I know how to do it. So whatever that's called, that's my type of learning style. But everyone's learning style is different. So you have to take what you know about yourself and apply it to what you're going to need to do for the semester. Look through all the assignments, look through the entire syllabus, understand what the rules are going to be and the policies and procedures and when you're expected to be where and when and what you're supposed to turn in. Look at all of that stuff and use your learning style to determine how much you're going to have to put into it. And then you can make adjustments as you go, depending on how things are going. So as it stands right now, 25% of the class of our cohort didn't pass. And that's a lot of people. They were really close, like within 1 to 2%. You have to have an 80 or above, 80% or above, as your final grade in the class in order to pass, that is one of the highest that I know of for nursing schools. So, I don't know if they're going to do anything to get a couple of more people passed because they were so close, or what's going to happen. I'm just kind of crossing my fingers that it is the case, because, man, it would stink to have to retake this class for 1%, off. But that's it. So I'm done now with lecture, and the semester is over as of Monday, this coming Monday. So I am relieved. I really am, because I didn't have anything left. My gas tank was running on empty. It was fumes. And like I said, I pushed and pushed and pushed all semester, and there's a drawback to pushing all semester, because you're gonna run out of steam, and that's what happened. But in pushing all semester, I was able to put myself in a position where I didn't need to push so hard at the end. You know what I mean? So, like I said, this is all independent situations too, so you have to know what you know about you and how you work. So if you're, better off not pushing so hard, then that's for you. For me, I have to, in order to be less stressed. It was already very stressful. So, yeah, so we did hear from our instructor for next semester last night. She sent out an email clarifying some things and asking us some questions, and I replied to her this morning. It's regarding our clinical sites, and she said she'll have those finalized on Monday. So over the summer, we should be getting some more information on what we need to do for like our clinical requirement checklist to get ready for next semester. But y'all, I am halfway done. I cannot, it's still hard to fathom that. I feel like I've been in this program for 5 years. It's been 1 year, and we got 1 more to go. So I am really excited, because 50% of the way is the furthest I've been so far. So it will be quite an achievement, to finally graduate with my nursing degree, because they really put you through it. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It was a pleasure walking you guys through my experience this semester again. And I will update you guys periodically over the summer. I'm not going to bug you every week, but I'm going to update periodically every couple of weeks or so. Let you know what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing or what's going on to get ready for next semester. I'm going to try to keep it to strictly nursing school. So I was debating whether to include any of my job as a nurse extern in it, and I don't think I am. I think I'm going to keep it strictly to the school. But I will update you guys through the summer and let you know what's going on for school. And then we'll follow up again in the fall. So you guys have an awesome summer, and I'll check in with you later. Bye.